All right, guys, part two and moving over rocky terrain. As you can see, as I move into this obstacle with my weight forward, I'm just not getting over. But then without changing the throttle acceleration at all, just leaning back, and I'm getting right over. You guys should try this one at home, especially with about a 10-inch log. Makes a big difference. So just getting that weight back, even going slow. Wheels ride right up and over it. Anything less than about the height of the axle, get right over. Now we're going to try a few different techniques. De-weighting as the back wheel goes across. Little blip of throttle to get the front end light, and doing the same thing with the rear. Now where you put your feet on the pegs makes a big difference. I normally stand on the arches. It's easier to balance, and especially when taking those big hits and coming down from obstacles, definitely helps. But as you stand on the balls of your feet a little bit more, you can get more range of motion, a little bit easier to absorb those rocky creek beds. So here we go. I'm going to show you the line I'm going to be going through. This first obstacle, rock height, is just a little bit below knee height. And then the same thing with the second one, just a little bit below knee height. Now the first time through, I'm just going to have my weight too far forward. Legs are stiff. Wind up taking a dab with the right foot there, and then right here. Just don't even get the front wheel over it. So now let's try that again, really using the legs and the knees to bend and de-weight, especially as that rear wheel goes over those rocks. Look at these legs. These are like extensions of the shock absorbers, just going up and down. And I'm not saying I got this perfect, but this definitely helps smooth things out. So this time just a little bit more momentum. You can hear the little blip of the throttle to get up and over. So let's say our gate is in between here, and this is undercut. This really isn't very big, but you guys can see this is a nice path for my rear tire to go right in that V, right in between there. My front tire is actually going to swing out a little bit wider. If I was to go straight up there with both tires, I'd be too far off to the right. And if I took my front tire right up this rock and then wanted to turn over to here, my rear tire line would probably hit this rock and cause me to dab. So I'm going to try and take my front tire up over these higher pieces, and rear tire goes right up through that little V. So this is a continuation from last video, trying to get that rear tire line right where I want it. All right, so just like that concrete block in the yard, this big rock sticking up here, if I've got to go this way and then take a left-hand turn, the temptation is going to be to get the front tire onto this nice smooth rock and turn left. But by doing so, there's just not enough distance. So I'm actually going to try to take my front tire off of this rock to make a left so that the back wheel clears this. So I'm going to go ahead and put my spray paint right through here. That's my line. My front tire is going to go beyond this flat rock, which is pretty sturdy, but at the same time, the temptation, like I said, is going to be to turn left on that rather than take the front wheel off. So we'll see if I can do it. So I did manage to make progress on each of these attempts, getting that rear wheel closer to the line that I intended for it to go on. And this is just all a part of that proprioception, understanding the rear tire line, the importance of de-weighting, weighting, and also the angle that you take. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments below if this has been helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.